What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to take a quick look at the Asus Zephyrus G14. Basically, I'm going to make this review pretty quick because I do have some feelings about this laptop. I was actually really excited for this laptop to come out last year when they showed it at CES. I don't really need a laptop. I'm more of a desktop guy, but I do have a MacBook that I use for like laptop things, I guess. I don't really play games on the laptop though, but I do like the MacBook just because of the multimedia experience. When I'm not playing games, I want to listen to some music, or I just want things to be nice, quick, snappy. And I do enjoy macOS. I wanted a good Windows laptop to play games on while traveling. I was traveling a little bit in December. The G14 is on sale. 32 gigs of RAM, 4070, nice OLED display, some other things like that should be pretty good, right? I was excited to try this. I bought it and I don't love it. I like it, but I don't love it, and I won't be keeping it. And let's talk about why. So starting off with the build quality of the laptop, it is quite nice actually. It's aluminum, very nice texture. It doesn't really like keep fingerprints and smudges and all that stuff, so keeping it really clean is super easy. This is a light bar. I think I have it turned off just because of the I was hoping that it would improve the battery life, but not really. But it shows like these glyphs and lights and whatnot. It's okay. I don't really care. It's pretty minimalist, so I don't mind that it's there. But I did turn it off, just hoping that it would make the battery life a bit better. And then this is the back end of the laptop. No ports, but it does have some exhaust fans here, and then exhaust fans and intake fans on the bottom as well. And then on the sides, this is going to be the right side of the laptop, a Type-C with a DisplayPort capability, USB Type-A, micro SD card. And then on the other side, we have the proprietary charging port, which is quite nice to use actually, HDMI, and then Thunderbolt 40 gigabits per second USB-C. And then we have another USB-A and a headphone jack. Now, opening up the laptop, we do have a nice 14-inch OLED 1800p display setting, 2880 by 1800. And as you guys can tell, like this thing looks absolutely fantastic. Let's pull up a YouTube video real quick. Let's see fresh reviews, eh? Let's see what Fresh has got going on. Another thing I do really appreciate about this laptop, other than the screen being absolutely fantastic, the speakers are actually quite good when it comes to listening to music, listening to videos, movies, etc. Just really enjoy the speakers. Now, are the speakers as good as a MacBook? No, I don't think that any Windows laptop has speakers that are that good, but I would say that this is quite good for a Windows laptop. I would give it about a 7 out of 10 if the MacBook is a 9, so not too far behind. In addition to the screen being really high resolution as well as super bright, punchy, and colorful, it is also a 120 hertz screen. And then it's not a touch screen though, so if you are looking for a touchscreen laptop, this is not going to be the one for you. I don't mind it not being a touchscreen, and the overall quality of it is quite nice. Now, the keyboard, here is a quick test of the keyboard. Not bad, feels really good. It's got a nice snap to it when you release the key, so it's not going to be as crazy as, you know, a Hall effect keyboard on a desktop computer. But as far as the laptop keyboard goes, I don't have any complaints about it. It feels really nice. The font is a bit cheeky, but I would expect that to come on an Asus product. So zooming in on this trackpad, it is definitely a springboard style trackpad where basically you have to go either in the middle or the bottom of the trackpad to use it. But if you try to use it at the top, it actually does not actuate at all. And after being used to the Force Touch trackpad on the MacBook and using other similar trackpads on the Dell side, this I just really don't like. If this is supposed to be Asus's more premium gaming laptop line, being the G14 and the G16, they both have these springboard trackpads. Absolutely a deal breaker for me. I tried to get used to it by using this over the past month or so, but I just cannot. Naturally, when I use a laptop, my finger is usually over here, and that makes me double tap. Double tapping works just fine, don't get me wrong, but I typically like to press a little bit and get that, you know, tactile feedback, but you just can't get it because it's not technically possible with the trackpad design. The trackpad solely does ruin the laptop for me, but it does get worse. So beyond the trackpad, the battery life is just not that great. I could get about 6 to 7 hours if I wasn't doing anything but just watching movies and videos and stuff like that, like YouTube, Amazon Prime, Netflix. I could do that no problem without this laptop lasting more than 2 movies. But when it came to browsing the web, doing literally anything else, not even pulling up a game, the battery life drastically dropped to barely reaching 3 hours. I spent a long time with this laptop in hotels, on planes, trying to stay away from the charger, but I just couldn't. And in real time, you can see, you can use the laptop, just have Spotify open and be browsing the web, and you can see the percentage dropping. You check 2 minutes later, your percentage dropped, 2-3% if you got the brightness, anything higher than like 50%. So if you don't have this thing basically all the way dimmed on the silent mode, you're not going to see any good battery life out of this thing. If I was to take this and use this for a business meeting and I need to be from the charger for quite a while, I would be pretty nervous if I was doing anything but showing a video. And then talking about the gaming performance. So the RTX 4070 on this laptop is not good. Now, mind you, I'm gonna say that as probably a general rule of thumb for every RTX 4070 in laptops. This is just my first experience using it, but I was very disappointed using the 4070. In Fortnite, performed just great, hitting the monitor refresh rate, which would be 120 hertz, and that is absolutely fine. Fortnite has no issues, super optimized game, great. But the second you're playing a game that's not very optimized, like Marvel Rivals, or I was trying to play Black Ops 6, those games are not. Any modern AAA game, you're gonna have a tough time running on an RTX 4070 laptop because it just does not have enough VRAM and enough power. Unfortunately, that's all you can get this laptop in. If you bump into the G16, I believe you can go up to a 4080 or a 4090, which would probably heavily alleviate those issues. But also, this one's 2000, that's probably gonna run you around 3500 or so, and it's gonna be a bigger laptop. The 14-inch screen size, I think, is pretty good for me. I do prefer that size, just more portable. 16 inches is still portable, but it is just gonna be a bit more to lug around. I like the design, I like the keyboard, I love the display, but the trackpad, the gaming performance, the Wi-Fi card being absolutely terrible are all big deal breakers for me. The Wi-Fi card especially. This caused us to lose so many games when I was on vacation just playing some Fortnite with one of my buddies. I'm literally looking at his Alienware laptop, no issues at all. Ping is less than half of mine. But then out of nowhere, I would get these random spikes of terrible connections, and it would literally cost us the game. Like, I was literally getting like a connection loss issue. Like, it would go from connection loss back in the game, connection loss back in the game. While his Alienware was absolutely fine. We're on the same Wi-Fi network, literally in the same game, and that was happening constantly. So I'm not sure who Asus chose for this Wi-Fi card, but it's not good. For those reasons, I won't be keeping this thing. It's fine in terms of watching videos, listening to music, doing regular stuff, but for a $2,000 laptop, I just don't feel like this is acceptable gaming performance. I was expecting better. That's gonna end my rant. Thank you guys for watching this video. I am really disappointed because when I seen this laptop at CES 2024, just not seeing it in person, but seeing Asus release this laptop, looking at the previous gen Zephyrus, it wasn't really my cup of tea for design, but I was like, okay, that's kind of respectable, right? And then actually finally getting to use this long term, not pleased at all. Go back to the drawing board, fix that trackpad, get a better Wi-Fi card, and hopefully have a higher level graphics option. I'm gonna look that up to see if there is a higher level graphics option than just what I happen to buy. But those few things really spoiled this laptop for me.